Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to Great Britain here in EU4, where we are about to embark on an African expedition, we're going to call it, into Mali, where we're going to begin taking over some land. He's currently in his own war with two smaller nations, and I don't know how much longer this triumvirate can really last because, Mali can only rival so many people. But we are at Tech 19 to their Tech 14, so this is just going to be a stomp, basically. Almost nothing that they can virtually do at this point against any of our stacks. So we're going to go ahead and conquest for Gabu. We could have fabricated another claim if we waited a little bit longer, but I'm not particularly worried about it. We will be able to catch their fleet, it looks like, and moreover, yes, so we've annexed Lorraine in the last episode, who has a couple of forts, so we're going to delete his level 4 fort there, and I think we keep the one in Bourgogne. And yeah, so we're at war now. Cool. And we're going to start fabricating a claim on the Papal State because they are not particularly powerful. They're allied with Greece, who is apparently independent. Though I'm not sure where. Where are you, Greece? Hey, everybody, look, it's the independent nation, quote-unquote, of Greece, who is all of the above. Eastern Tech Group, 19 military tech, they are Catholic. What are their national ideas? Galley cost, tolerance of the true faith, yearly Navy tradition, infantry combat ability, advisor cost, trade efficiency, diplo rep, and a relations slot. Idea cost and core creation cost. Not a bad little idea group, though they are pretty difficult to play, considering that Byzantium has to cease to exist in order for you to actually be able to play them. So definitely one of the rarer nations, I think, to even see in the game. You know, the ones that don't exist until halfway into the game are, usually pretty rare for that reason. Now, we are losing money, and I'm not sure, it looks like it was because we were reinforcing this army down here. Hey, we established trade. Apparently it was easy. Do we conquer Luxembourg? Do we attempt to conquer Luxembourg from the Austrians? I don't think we do, because their alliance with Poland and the Tuscans is pretty nasty. Or pretty gnarly, even. One of those two words. And, but yeah, we are going to start fabricating claims on the Papal State. I need to remember to actually, go through on the things I'm saying I'm going to do. See, where are the forts in this nation? And we'll just go ahead and sink their fleet. They don't need that where they're going. Let's split the army so that we can actually start taking things. Sure, we can send you 100 ducats. That's fine. No resistance yet, because they were already caught up in another war, I believe. If we check the strength of alliances here, yeah, they have a lot of troops, but, I don't think it's really going to help them. If somehow they're actually, strong enough to pose a threat, we will, we'll send in the troops. The rest of our troops. I think I will go ahead and pick up Admin Tech 19 here. We can build cathedrals, but the amount of bonus you actually get out of that is, minimal. Rather than finish the siege, I think I'm just going to ambush their army. They have a 1-3, we have a 6-6. I don't envision this ending well for them. Yeah. Yeah, we lost 3,000, killed probably countless more. Let's just go continue to siege some provinces here. Mali already at 2.8 war exhaustion, even though the war basically just began. And the cool thing is we can actually turn this into useful land. Now, the Malians may try to westernize off of us, but it will be too little too late, I imagine. We do have 93,000 manpower with a maximum of 125k. We really are a massive nation at this point. Massive and scary. I like Baden, and the reason I like Baden is because I see him as being another vassal we could, take advantage of here. Except he doesn't have any claims fabricated on anyone of any note. How about Trier? How about you, buddy? You do have a core on Nassau that I could force you to press, so I think I will begin to build a spy network here in Trier. No allies of import. He is part of the HRE, but remember that Brunswick is the emperor. So, yeah. Not exactly a strong empire, but, we engineered it that way. We didn't want a strong empire. German land is our land, as far as we're concerned. Alright, Plymouth has become self-sustaining, which means we're going to start, we're going to start colonizing Connecticut. I'm a little bit slow today, forgive me. Not my usual energy and pace for the commentary. Alright, siege is over. We're going to go siege his capital now. Which we start the siege at 14%, which is pretty great. Easy war, easy life. Now Portugal and Spain would actually join this war, but I don't really foresee us needing their help. Oh, we have found the Malian army. They have a much better general now. They're thinking about attacking. They want to do it, but they don't have the stones. Let's see. Conquer Charolais. I believe that's an Austrian province at this point. Yeah. So we're just not going to do that. Now, you may be asking yourself, hey, Dark, you were really brave when it came to the Religious League War, and when you fought Austria that one time and that humiliates CB, what changed? What's different now? Well, he did ally Poland, who is pretty terrifying. However, I will say that if we build up to our force limit, the situation would become a lot different. For the time being, though, I'm content to expand into smaller places and win wars that way. We are going to take a river crossing here. I'm not particularly worried about it. And in fact, we have a 3 maneuver advantage over Mali, so yeah, this is a slaughter. Alright, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and stack wipe them. That's fine. Oh, hey, come back. Oh, and Mali ended up taking the -1 crossing there. We lose 2,000 troops, they get stack wiped. Let's see, I believe our ridiculous general, yeah, he has a siege pip, so we'll be taking advantage of that. And 2 stack wipes on the entire Malian army is absolutely brutal. He's at war, and he's at low war enthusiasm now. We're going to go ahead and pick up our last exploration idea, which makes our naval force limit go up, which is pretty great. And we're going to send in a, let's see, is this the, this is the Royal Army. And we need them to fight the separatists that are going to form in Sweden. Now I'm thinking I should probably build up a little bit more, I think some cavalry here would probably help, but I think 1 artillery and 1 infantry ought to be enough to round out the colonial force here. And we are going to attack Micmac now that we have the colonial conquest CB. Land, we will start converting. Swedish separatists getting pretty close to firing, not particularly worried, of course. Alright, Henry Baffin is dead. He was the 4-4. Yes. We'll go ahead and roll another general. He's a 2-1, 1-2. 2 siege is pretty nice, but otherwise kind of a garbage general. Army tradition, it's alright. And we're just going to continue sieging Mali here. Mali pretty big, actually, but not helping them because of the tech disadvantage. Surprised, you know, Castile and Portugal didn't colonize down here sooner. They really just wanted to take care of South America for some reason. Alright, the artillery is ready. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get these troops together. I don't think we need a general over here. We shouldn't anyway. Nowhere to run. Go ahead and stack wipe them. Sorry, Micmac. That's GG. Mali making a move here with a 6 stack. Not exactly the wisest move, I would say. We'll just go ahead and wipe that out. Man, our army sure feels strong when we're just beating up on natives who can't defend themselves. God, as long as we're not fighting Europeans, Britain's pretty great. Hooray, the siege of Massachusetts is over. I'll just take that off your hands. Don't you worry about a thing. We are going to get some aggressive expansion, guys. Watch out. They do have 166 ducats, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we'll start coring that. There isn't even any unrest in this province. There's no separatism. Wow. That's amazing. Hey, look, it's Oil Bucketland. He's sending in some troops. Are those is that a colonial? Yeah, wow. They have a. Oh no, that's just what all our troops look like. Never mind. I thought that was like a special, like colonial outfit, but alas, no. Can't wait to see you know, what it looks like when we get those snazzy red coats. Pretty excited about that. Now, I'm not particularly sure how much I want to take from Mali here. Let's just split up the army into an even smaller stack. Establish trade in India. We're just going to cycle the mission on that one, because I don't see much purpose in it. Alright, the Swedish separatists have risen up. 21k, no big deal. General is more or less the same, so we have a numerical advantage, probably a advantage in artillery ratio, so yeah, I don't see us losing that. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to combine, you know, this stack into the army of Desmond. Quality Ivory, gain 20 prestige. Not that we needed it, but hey, we're at 100 prestige now, which is pretty nice. Ah, the Army of Air has finally shown up. Getting attacked in our colony, because of course we are. Mali, of course, trying to carpet siege his land back. And we're just going to go stack wipe him. What is Air at? Air is at 14 mil tech still, so sadly not where he needs to be to really stand a chance. Yep, and we're going to stack wipe him as well. Oh, that wasn't even Air. That was Kano? Yeah, that was Kano's troops. Alright, so here's Air's troops. The scariest of the bunch, and we'll just instantly stack wipe him as well. And they're now seeking alliances with each other because they're panicking that the British are walking around stack wiping them. So pretty easy war. Pretty easy war. And look at all that red. All that beautiful, beautiful red. Now, let's see. What land do we want out of all this? Look at the trade good map mode. We want to get close to these gold mines, of course. And the question also comes down to how much of this we actually want to core. But basically, we can probably take about as much of this as we want without much of a hitch at all. Let's think about this. So we're paying a lot of Diplo for provinces which are the wrong culture and wrong religion. Like it would be a lot better to take this using imperialism. Just from the amount of Diplo points that we would save, and considering we still have another Diplo idea to fill out, and we're pretty behind on diplomatic tech at this point in time, I would really like to avoid spending more than we absolutely need to. So let's chill out for like just a little bit, and only take our claims first. So these two provinces give us 12 total development, gives us some ivory, almost gives us some slaves. But I think a more reasonable get here is to just spend 87 instead of like the 113 we were spending. And then we'll take war reps, of course. And let's break your alliance with air. Just cause a little bit of chaos here in Africa. And let's go ahead and send the peace deal. Take this land. And enjoy the spoils of war. British Guinea, there it is. The Army of Scotland doing a fantastic job down there. Good job, guys. Rhode Island, still growing fairly slowly. And that's fine. I wonder what happened to the mission to turn it into a city. So what are we going to do next? Well, we have been fabricating on Trier and the Papal State. How's our aggressive expansion looking? It's still pretty high with Austria, but again, we don't really care about Austria. With the entirety of the HRE, it's absolutely 0. If we were to attack Trier today, nobody would join them. Okay, well, that solidifies that decision. So, we're going to get ourselves a nice little German vassal. He's a bishopric, too. And I think he's even an elector, isn't he? Isn't Trier an elector? No, he might have used to been one, but he's still Catholic, so... Alright, Trier. Desmond has a couple of words, you know... The Irishmen of Desmond have a couple of words they would like to say to you, so, you know, get ready for that. Good sir. Spain would join. He's ready. He's like, yeah, let's kill the Trierians. Let's do it. Alright, none of his allies joined him. The Emperor ignored the call to arms. So, sorry about your luck, Trier. You're going to be part of the British Empire. And we're going to use them as a springboard to actually get into the HRE. Start the siege at 21%. I love it. And I will remember to force religion on them this time, you know. People have been telling me, hey, force religion on these smaller nations when you fight them. And I'm like, okay. I'll trust you. I'll do it. It's a good idea. I don't mean to sound like... I hate to be the guy who, you know, just gets set in his ways. And, hey, the Act of Navigation. Cromwell, Lord Protector of the English Commonwealth, promulgated the Act of Navigation in 1651. It was mostly directed against the Dutch carrier trade. Yeah, screw those Dutchmen. And provided that all goods shipped to and from England was to be transported on English ships, while also confirming the colonial exclusive policy. The act directly caused the First English-Dutch War, and the second in 1665. The Peace of Breda, New Amsterdam, New York was exchanged for Suriname, Dutch Guinea, and the act slightly modified. It nevertheless contributed to the enormous growth in English naval and colonial trade. So, we can enact the policy, gain 350 diplomatic power, or gain 1 stability. Obviously, we're going to take the diplomatic power here, which I believe will... it won't allow us to tech up, but we will be able to get the next Diplotech very soon. Regardless, just because of the sheer amount of Diplo power we just accrued. Yep, there we go. Get better trade range, better colonial range. Not that it really matters at this point, but yeah, it's nice. Poor Trier. You know, they're innocent in this, you know? They're just a little HRE nation. They never did anything wrong. Colonize Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac. Okay, there we go. Words. Yeah, I'll do it. Happy to take the mission to get more settlers, as it were. And I'm still thinking of what I want to name our North American colony. I would love to do it after another one of my faithful subs here on YouTube. Peace offer from Trier. No. You're going to be a vassal, sir. So vassalization would take a 69% war score, unfortunately, and cause quite a bit of aggressive expansion from the looks of it, but that's okay. Nobody in this coalition that I really care about that much compared to our own forces and our own alliance. Speaking of which, I am going to build up another army here. So let's create a 20 stack in the template here. So for 20 troops, what would be ideal? We would want like only 4 cav. Yeah, so this is 20 troops. And we'll call this modern stack. Cost us 403 ducats, that's fine. Portugal declared war on the Inca. Good for them. Crimea is having a civil war. Crimea River, Crimea. Oh, sorry, that was terrible. Unsurprisingly, the Austrians are spying on us. What else can you expect from people such as them? Fabricated claim on Dauphine. So we've gotten our first claim on the Papal State, who has lost his alliance with the Tuscans. His only remaining alliance is being with very minor nations. So once our aggressive expansion goes down after taking Trier, I think that expanding into southern France is going to be good for us. And we get Elizabeth Wilbraham. The architect and creator of the Dutch Baroque style of architecture, Pieter Post, met her when she visited the Netherlands in Veneto, Italy, and the Staatsresidenz at Landshut, Germany, while she studied Palladio, and here in England she has designed family residences, churches, and many other different kinds of buildings. Elizabeth Wilbraham is a member of the English aristocracy, an important architectural patron, and a renowned architect who might be the first woman architect. Due to her gender, there has been many problems for her to pursue such a profession, and she has often used male architects to supervise construction in her place. Her accomplishments will not go unnoticed, minus 10% build cost, or we can get a skill 2 artist, which is an admin advisor. And I don't think our admin point situation is that bad, so let's take the reduction in build cost. Now, somewhere along the line here, we did unlock the better manpower building, so I am going to take advantage of this build cost to, you know, get some more money out of it. Let's gain the base tax. Alright, cool. The siege of Koblenz is over. Oh, do they have another province? Oh, they have a bunch of land up here. I didn't even realize that. Well, well, Trier. You're going to be a good vassal, aren't you? Yes, you would accept? Good. And, yeah, I don't want anything else from you, so let's go ahead and take the aggressive expansion on the nose, basically. Very cool. Now, they are a little bit disloyal. They don't like us. They're a little upset. But that's okay. You know, in time, we will improve relations with them, and everything will be just A-okay. Well, hey, thank you for joining me, my fellow Britishmen. That's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed our first colonial adventures, our foray into Africa, and as well as gaining some new land in Germany. You know, this has been a lot of fun, and I hope you've been having fun too. I'm going to be thinking about, on the next episode, what we're going to name our North American colony. Probably looking through some subscriber names before I do. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.